If you're thinking about working in the aviation industry, then the first thing you've probably thought of is to become a pilot. But if you're not interested in traveling the world and being away from home many days out of the month, then you may want to explore a few other options. And contrary to what you might believe, there are thousands of jobs in aviation that don't require you to travel or to be a pilot. And that is what I'm going to cover in this video coming up. Hello everybody, welcome back to this week's video. If you're new here, my name is Luke. I'm an 18-year-old private pilot documenting my journey from student to professional pilot. I use this channel to share all of my aviation experiences with you in hopes for you to make more informed decisions based off of my personal experience. So hopping right into today's discussion, we are talking about what you can do in aviation if you don't want to be a pilot. Now, every other video on this channel has been targeted toward pilots because that's what I do, that's what I am, it's what I want to be. So of course, the majority of my content is regarding becoming a pilot. But of course, I do acknowledge that within aviation, there are a bunch of people that play a role in me being able to fly that if I didn't have them, I wouldn't be able to. So let's start with job number one, which is air traffic control. Now, air traffic controllers are the guys that sit up in the tower or either in a really dark room, watch a radar screen, and monitors the entire national airspace system to mitigate risk and make sure that everything runs smoothly. These guys are the ones that give you all your flight plans, tell you what to do when you're in the air, and they're the ones that the pilots are talking to over the radio. If you're an air traffic controller, you're going to be based at either a tower or a center, which is where you may cover a big portion of airspace, but you're going to live in that city. You're not going to have to travel. Job number two would be to work on the maintenance side of aviation. Now, this is a very lucrative career if you're interested in hands-on maintenance type of work. There are people that make a lot of money for a lot of big companies working on the jets that take you and me across the globe. And if you want to be a mechanic all the way from small 172s all the way up to the huge Airbus A380s that companies like Emirates flies, there's a spot for you, and I highly suggest you check out that route. Now, the third career path is to work in management within aviation. Now, this is a pretty vague term because there are so many jobs that you can get on this side. What I mean by this is something like an airport manager, a commissioner, a deputy commissioner, somebody that works on the airport management side of things. So you may handle security, you may handle airlines, you may handle anything that an airport does. There really is a position for every single thing that the airport does. And if you're interested in airplanes, generally this is a way to combine a normal job with being able to do that job, but just in an airport, and it's pretty cool. Now, those are kind of three common paths, but I didn't mention the ramp agents, the FBO workers, the fuelers, the people that park you at the gate agents, the flight attendants, even though they do have to travel, and a vast majority of other people that work on the corporate side of aviation. It is a well-oiled machine that requires a ton of people to do it. And if you're interested in any of the things I talked about today, then I recommend reaching out to people that are in that field to learn more from them. And with that being said, that concludes this week's video. I hope that I was able to give you some new perspective on what happens in the aviation industry other than the pilot getting in the airplane and going to fly. Like I said, there are a lot of parts that move in order for a successful operation to happen, and it's impressive to say the least. So until next week, I want you to stay current, stay proficient, keep the blue side up. Keep flying safe, everybody. We'll see you in next week's video. Take care.